All right, guys, welcome to group therapy, right? Where healing gets real. I have with me here tonight Dr. Nicole A.C. Syms. Y'all may know her in the community as the Assistant Commissioner of Health. She may be your sister. She may be whatever she may be to you. But here tonight, she's our first guest, all right? So we're here to talk about the mask we wear at work.
Mm.
Every single
Mm-hmm.
one of us show up at work and we gotta leave a part of ourselves
Yes.
in the car.
Yes.
Most of the times, it's that part of ourselves that is 90% gangster, and then we bring the 10% professional to work. But
Right.
how do we bring that balance when we come into the workplace?
Yeah. Well, it's a scary thing
It is.
because a lot of us have the Vaseline on the cheeks, earrings off, Tim's in a
Sneakers on.
trunk. Right. It's like, yo, we kind of ready to get down.
Mhm.
At this point in time, though, we have to start understanding the dynamics of relationship
Mhm.
and how vital it is to everything that we do. So the mentality of leave her at the door, you know, I didn't do you anything, so don't come in here with this, leave it at the door.
Right.
No, that's
Right.
a part of me at this point in time.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a part of what I do at this job. It's a part of how I perform in a job. So if I leave that, then
Who am I?
who am I? What level of Nicole are you getting?
Exactly.
Right? The dynamic of the relationship begins with your own relationship. So even if you are going into work and you're trying to be somebody, it's a facade at this point in time because you're not going in at 10. At 10%, you can't do anything,
Correct.
right? So you're coming in with who? If I leave the real Nicole at the door,
Who are you getting?
who is this 90?
Yeah.
Right? And then it's not consistent because you did that.
Because you gotta fake it every day.
Correct. You want to be palatable at this point in
Right.
time. You want to be like, you know what? This is the Nicole version or whomever you picked up, right? Whatever personality you develop to bring in. But then tomorrow you come in better.
Right.
So it's now 50% of you. What happened? So what happened the day before?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a slippery slope. My thing is bring all of you, and there has to be a level and dynamic of understanding in the workplace.
Mhm.
What do we do? How do we make you better? What are you feeling right now? Right? That's what relationships are supposed to be. Even work relationships. You spend 50% of your time at work.
I don't.
Some of us
I
do.
not.
A lot of us do. 50 to 60. Like in my case, I would say that's 70.
Right. 80. 80.
Right?
Because if that phone
80%.
ring right now,
Right, I'm gone.
you're gone.
Right? So it's like, what are we doing? You know,
Right.
you begin to lose self as well for
Right.
that type of workload and constantly having to leave pieces of you. Who are you at the end of the day?
Right.
You know what I mean? So the mentality, I think the reframing has to happen.
Mhm.
It's like, no, okay, come in. What do we do here? How do we help to fix you here? What do you need? Now, is it always going to work? No. Some people are like, absolutely not. I don't want you in my life, in my business, in my nothing. That's a different discussion. Okay, so who are you going to bring to get the job done and get it done the way we need it done? Because you don't want our assistance socially.
Right.
You want it professionally only, and that's fine. We respect it. But
Right.
what do you need to get it done the right way? You
Right.
know what I mean?
So I think a lot of us deal with a lot of the same things in the workplace where we try to bring our best selves to work.
Yes.
And touching on something you just spoke on, we may not even know what that best self looks like.
Mhm.
But what do we do when we're struggling to bring that best self to work, but then we encounter challenges in the workplace? And I'm
Yeah.
using challenges to kind of just encompass the folks,
Yeah.
the office culture, the political culture
Yeah.
of Virgin Islands workplaces,
Yeah.
where
Mystic.
I saw you pull into the parking lot today and you have that certain senator's bumper sticker and I ain't voting for he, but I know you voting for he because you got a bumper sticker.
Mhm.
How do I navigate the workplace with you now?
Mm-hmm.
Or how do I navigate the workplace with people who think that way?
Yeah, yeah. That's a culture shift too,
Mhm.
you know. That's something that it's interwoven into the fabric of that workplace. There are workplaces that exist. Okay, people are gonna be like, oh my god, no way. But there are workplaces that exist where it's like I respect you respect me and everything about me, right? Like I can roll up in there and
Must be
be
nice.
like, yeah, I mean it exists in some way. I believe it, I've seen it. But
Mhm.
it's like, okay, because it also comes with a certain level of acceptance
Right.
and respect and the understanding that we're different people. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like you and I are different people. You have your belief system, you have certain things that you do that may not align with me. However, acceptance and respect go a long way.
I think one of the, like you just said something and it sparked in my mind. One of the things, God rest his soul, my dad, one of the things he taught me from very early, do not expect you from anybody
Anybody
else.
else?
You
Anybody
cannot
else?
expect you from
Mm-mm.
anybody else. So
Mm-mm.
I try to go into a lot of situations now thinking about that.
Yeah.
What would I do?
Yeah.
And then I think about what I would do, and then I kind of like put that on the
Exactly.
corner. And then I think
Exactly.
about somebody who is not me. And
Mm-hmm.
how do I now look at me as a person? Let me put myself in your shoes. I wear 12.
Mm-hmm.
So let me put these big feet in your
Your
shoes,
shoes, yeah.
and let me look at myself now.
Yeah, exactly.
But how hard is that to do in a workplace where we grew up in homes where it's kind of like, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. And that's interesting that you said that because, my response to it is that work relationships are not standalone.
Hmm.
They're not of themselves. So you come in to work. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like you have other dynamics and relationships outside that shape who you are as a person on the job.
right,
Those have to be tested and kind of like dug into and understood and accepted. So a lot of how we are raised, not a lot of what we learn, but a lot of what we are raised translates into adulthood regardless. It's like we have on blinders and we're like, listen, this is how I was raised, this is what I'm gonna do, and that's it. There's no opportunity to grow because we revert back to that all the
correct.
time. You know what I mean? So it becomes critical now, I think, when you get into the workplace and it becomes so like tense, so heavy, where you're like, what is happening? At that point in time, it's like, okay, we kind of each have to step back and see what's our contribution to this.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, why are you doing this?
Right,
It didn't start with your employment, your onboarding. Like you
right.
came with these
Like HR didn't
qualities.
teach you
Yeah, like
this.
HR.
HR
It
did
was
not
like a
teach you
separate
this.
course. Like, listen, you're gonna be a hard ass, and you're gonna be
Right.
like that. Didn't come with it. So it's like,
Like how to
okay,
be difficult one on one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
by 6 months, you better hit this. Like,
Right.
no. So
KPIs,
yeah,
KPIs.
right, right. So it's kind of like, okay, what are the triggers? What are the triggers outside
Hmm.
that translate to this? And again, it goes back to relationships. And I always tell people, as a certified relationship coach,
Hey, plug it.
okay, okay, yeah, really out there. The most important relationship is one with self.
Ooh, one more time. No, 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 no.
Mhm.
One more time
The most important relationship is one with self.
with you.
That person,
Hmm.
because it's at the end of the day, again, everything else adds on. You then mature into your dynamic with your mom and your dad and your siblings and your spouse and then your workers and your co-workers and this and that. But that seed, that
Hmm.
mustard seed,
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Take it
she
back.
is
Take it back.
she's giving it, okay. But that's it, and that's you,
Hmm.
right? If that is off from jump with no opportunity or chance to bring it back on, it's different. It becomes an uphill climb
The bone
to
blight.
get, yeah, and everything is rolling, rolling,
Right.
rolling. And then of course, for a lot of us as people, right, as people, we then start to be the victim of our own misdoings,
Mm.
right? So now it becomes a why me? Why are you picking on me? Why are you this? Why are you that? Why are you coming at me? And so we start to victimize ourselves. But what happened to some of the things that were coming out?
But then we dive into, and I think we have a lot of this in our workplaces, and there's always one, the narcissist.
Oh, yeah.
The I have done nothing wrong, I don't know
Yeah.
what is wrong, and
Hmm.
I have contributed no wrong.
That's right. The
How
who,
do
me?
the not me,
Absolutely
right?
not.
Like
Hmm.
I grew up with, before my little sister came along, I had two sisters.
Hmm.
So my mom used to call us not me, te, me, and me. Right? So that divorcing ourselves from the issues
Yeah,
that exist.
yeah, yeah.
But the person looking from the outside knows full well
Absolutely,
every single one of you have a part to play in this.
absolutely.
How do we navigate? How do we flesh that out?
Hmm.
How do we even call it out?
Hmm. Hmm. And that really comes down to value, because even in like the coaching that I do with people, right? There is like low value, mid value, high value. And one of my very early questions to people, whether you're dealing with a relationship with self or with somebody else, where are you placing all of this? Right? And that very first thing is, where is the value for you, the relationship with you? Where you put in that? Is that
Right.
mid to high? Is it low to mid? Is it all high? Is it all? Because once you set that bar for you, things have to fall where they fall.
Correct.
Right? Me, high vibrational person. The value for me is high. So naturally, everything else that I, interact with, intertwine with, work relationships, the community, the work that I do with, you have to fit into that.
Correct.
You're not going to surpass that. You got to fit into that, right? So the thing is like, where is it that you fall? Because that says a lot. If you are mid to high, you're given so much range that dynamics in the workplace could come and shoot you down.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And before you know it, the value for you is like low. It's off the charts. It fell off.
And then you edit in your resignation every single week.
You have it saved in a file, your PDF, and you change the date. It's like because you're bouncing, you're bouncing. You know what I mean? So it's like when you lock it in, a lot comes with locking it in, which includes empathy.
Correct.
Right? And the ability to exercise empathy. Okay, this is a toxic environment. I've checked myself. I did a little self-reflection. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty good. I'm solid. Now let me figure out what's happening, and from a real place.
Not the I'm a perfect place.
Yeah.
From
not the I know it ain't me. Right,
place.
right. So after I did all of this, I'm like, well, I know it's not me.
Right.
So what's wrong with y'all?
Right.
No. I came to find out what's y'all. No. Let's not do that, right? It has to be genuine. Like, okay, I realize, and it's a lot of I's and we's, and this team, this family, this cohesion. It's just not landing. So what can we do? You know what I mean? You want to identify, but you also want to help resolve.
Correct.
And it's hard for people, but again, it falls back to the home relationship.
Correct.
The relationship with your significant other, your children. Like when I look at people, some people I do know who are now coming for like coaching in the relationships, and now I can see.
And we don't judge. We do
there's a lot of aha. Okay. Yeah, because for some people, there's not even the effort in the personal life.
Correct.
It's kind of like things are south, and it's like, well.
This is where we are.
It is what it is, and that's life. That's your home. That's your home. So if that's your home,
how is your outside?
Yeah, your little oak desk and matching chair. It's like that is just
your press wood.
Yeah, you don't care. You know what I mean? With all caps, you just don't care. So it takes a lot to get to the workplace, and I think why too is so difficult when we talk about workplace relationships and how toxic and bad they are. It always lands in the red because that's not where you start as a person.
Right.
You have all of this history and all of these things that everybody brings. There's so many personalities. Right. One person can have 10. You know what I mean?
That's a diagnosis.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. But you're dealing. You're dealing there. You don't know who you're gonna get.
Right.
But it didn't start there. So for a lot of us, we try to come in on the middle or tail end, especially supervisors, like leadership.
Right.
It's like, guys, I realize that you're not cohesive. How can I help to fix it? But
listen.
Can you help to fix it?
See, you're just, and we're gonna segue into that because you have been in leadership for, I don't want to say forever and like age you.
No, it's only been like 7 years. It feels like 70, but 7.
Oh no, don't do that.
7.
I came out of leadership recently and made the decision that until I can sit at the head of the table, I don't want to be at the table anymore. Right? And it I saw former Vice President Harris's interview where she says, I don't want to go back into the system is broken.
Yeah.
That I watched that and I was like, sis, right? Because I don't want to get back into leadership until I can myself help to create better leaders, because when you're in leadership, it's different.
It's very different.
I always told my subordinate employees, and I don't like to use that word, let me say junior employees, because we're sitting in senior leadership, you're in junior leadership
Mm-hmm.
because
Exactly.
you learn from each other
Mm-hmm.
and the interns learn from you. And
Exactly.
the people on the outside who want to come and work here, they're looking at you and they're going to
Yeah.
come and emulate that,
Mm-hmm.
right? You bite your tongue more than you use it. One. Two, you carry two things when you come into the workplace as a leader, a sword and a shield.
Mm-hmm.
And I always gave my junior leaders the same speech. I am your sword, I am your shield. However, the direction I'm facing is incumbent on your actions. If I have to protect the organization from you
Mm-hmm.
and put the shield up, so be it. If I have to come at you on behalf
Mm-hmm.
of the organization with that
Yeah.
sword, so be it.
Yeah.
However, if I have to protect you, let me know everything so that I know how to protect you.
Right.
Or if I got to fight on your behalf, tell me everything that happened from point A to point B. So as a leader,
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly how to come at the issue because the worst thing to do is to come at an issue with half the information,
Right.
right?
Right.
Which seems to be
Yeah. That's the lay of the land.
that's the lay of the line,
That
right?
is how things are done. Yeah.
We take one issue and create two by coming at the issue and not having a solution for
Absolutely.
it. So how do
Mm-hmm.
we tackle those situations where it's sword and shield and now we gotta pivot? We
Mm-hmm.
gotta pivot. Am I facing my employee or am I facing the outside world
Yeah.
and protecting or fighting for my employee?
Yeah. So my leadership style, I don't think has really been documented.
And it should be.
Yeah, because
Speaking as your former junior leader.
yeah, right. It's like it's not one thing, right? It's based on necessity. The one thing that I always do, however, is empower.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter how many people are in a position that is not leveled with mine that I oversee. There are leaders all in between there. Because in my view and what I share with people, leadership is all right, you need help, I'm coming.
Yep. Roll
I'm
it up.
rolling it up and I'm diving in. I'm not separating to tell you this is what has to happen. You need to move this to the left. No, to the left, to the left. It's like, do you understand what side I'm referencing? Do you understand which left, my left, your left? You know what? Let me help you do that.
Let me get this side.
Let
You
me
get
get
that
a side, you get a side because there's 100 more that we have to do.
Correct.
You're gonna pick it up at some point, and once you feel empowered, what do you do next? You know what, boss? I got it. I got it. Thank you so much for showing me, but I got it. We got it. We handling the
Yep.
rest, right? Not everyone, and it's an unfortunate thing to say, but it's reality. Not everyone understands the difference between leadership and management. One,
Ooh. A
and
little louder for GBI in the back.
they really don't. And two, not everyone wants to see, right, other leaders. Now, I've read in several books that the one thing that a leader wants is to make other leaders.
Correct, because
A true leader.
I don't want to
forgot
do
that
this.
word.
Yeah, a true
A
leader.
true
Because
leader.
I don't want to have to do this forever.
Correct.
I want
You're not gonna pick me. You're not gonna pick up my body. Sorry for the being so morbid, but you're not gonna come and collect me from my desk. I'm gonna pass that baton, and I'm gonna step on the side and watch you. I want to watch my
Let me tell you,
work.
I'll be so mad if I'm at work when I pass.
I refuse to go.
I refuse
I'm
to
like,
be
no,
there.
Jesus, let's have a
No,
talk.
first of
Like, this is
all-
crazy.
First of all, this is not my life.
Yeah, this isn't it. Like, I was trying to pay a bill. What are you doing to me, Lord?
Bills.
Yeah,
This-
but leaders want to birth other leaders. That's my entire philosophy. So I'm gonna throw out a word, and you're gonna probably be like, "Oh God, I'm not threatened by anyone." Okay, let that sit. Let that sit.
I'm a whole lot word because we're gonna segue into something else
Yeah.
real quick and it's gonna get personal.
Yep. And
I'ma
that's a lot of the
I'm
problem.
gonna try not to be triggered by it, but me and my therapist, we've been doing good to work this out. Let me tell you, leaders in the workplace who are threatened, their responses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was in my organization. We had our executive director. From him, I'll hail the chief, come down to our chief operations officer.
Mm-hmm.
In his stead, she is there. From that, we had our different divisions and departments, those directors. I was the only assistant director. So the only man who is fourth rung, right? But you know me. I'm gonna bend over backwards and still
Yes.
cartwheel to try to make it happen for
Yes.
anybody.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Not just my
Yes.
director, but coming into that space, being authentically me, being, hey, what can I do for you? You know what? Hey, I see you over there. I'm a person who anticipates needs. I actually did this for you. You can have this, right? Not meaning to step on anyone's toes, but I gave a speech when I came into my agency and I let them know I don't play on any losing team.
Right.
And being the youngest person, I came in and I was 29. Everybody in there was 49,
Yeah.
59.
Yeah.
I don't want to say 69 because this is a family podcast. But I came in there and people were rooted in how they did things. And I came in and I let them know, listen, I don't play on no losing team. This agency has a streak, has a reputation of not providing what needs to be provided for our population. And being a person who grew up in public housing, being a person who I played in these same streets that you all are telling me, we're about to demolish. I took a personal aspect to that executive table when we met.
Yeah.
And dealing with leaders who are threatened by you and you not knowing that they're threatened, being called the weakest link, having a supervisor who, when anyone else is around, it's peachy keen, it's all smiles. It's a Cheshire cat from Alice in Wonderland, big grin. But as soon as everybody turns around, it's the Mad Hatter. It is profanity. It is just hide.
Oh,
it is just hide. All right.
Yeah.
Coming into that workspace where now you have to recognize, how does authentically being me trigger either your insecurity, trigger your unprofessionality. I don't even have that word, but I just saw it.
Yeah, no, but we get it. It needs to be.
Or how does authentically being me trigger the parts of you that you try to leave outside, but you use to navigate this workplace?
Yeah, and you hit it on the head. When persons have those I'm threatened by, right? Nobody, again, we're generalizing, right? Because we don't have all night. Because you and I could go hours.
Correct.
Generally, when people get to that point, it's kind of like, I need to put everything on you. Because the minute I say, man, Queen has this way with people, like he has this dynamic that is like working. I don't have that. Oh, I don't have that. Right? Now you start to peel. Your onion is huge. You start to peel. And what I realize with people is that that's the whole theory where onions make you cry.
No, sir.
That thing is for real.
Sir. Let me tell you.
It is for real. What is figurative?
Listen, as you take that, and I just spoke to somebody about that the other day, and I told them when I used to see clients back when I was nice and happy and healthy and wanted to help everybody, I would give them that analogy of the onion and let them know I take no offense to anything you say or do in these sessions, because we're at the top layer.
Right.
We are at the brown skin, and we
skin.
gotta peel this back. And then we gotta get rid of that film. You know when you peel an onion, after that first layer is that film.
Correct.
Right?
That's gotta go.
And then we gotta wash it. 9 times out of 10 when we're washing it, it's with our own tears.
That's right.
Right? We have those hard moments where we sit and we gotta face the truth. And it's gonna make us cry. It's gonna make you.
But that's your population that they don't want to. They don't want to. Because the second they start to do that, it's kind of like, well, then what happens? It becomes uncomfortable. And then there's this fear of, who do I see? Once I peel it back and I'm like, okay, if this isn't me, who am I going to see? And then what do I do moving forward? Suppose I don't like the person that I see. What do I do moving forward? You know what I mean? I think me as a person, and not just in leadership positions, but I think me as a person, how I carry myself, the way I look, the way I am, it's authentically me, which makes people uncomfortable, right?
Because how dare you be you
How dare you
when
be
I
you?
come into this
Yes,
place
how
with this
dare you?
mask?
Correct. I
Because you see
cover up
me, you see
myself.
all these rings, you see
Okay.
these tattoos.
Okay. How dare you
I
come with all
like me.
these
Listen, I
tattoos
like
and
me a short sleeve in the
yeah,
workplace.
yeah. You know what I
And
mean? I
guess
just be
what?
front of the budget and no
Listen,
big
listen.
I'm just dressing. You know what I'm saying? But to someone else, it's like,
How
how
dare
dare
you?
you?
Mm.
You know? So now that becomes, it's kind of like where they are not ready.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, and I think it's a misconception too when we talk about therapy and psychiatrists and psychologists, and we get it a lot being in a field. Well, you know, you're the therapist, you're the doctor, you should know.
Oh,
Absolutely
no,
not.
no, no,
Absolutely not.
no.
Absolutely not.
No, ma'am.
We have the tools, we learn how to use them, how to apply them, but everything starts with the person. So if
Correct.
you and I could sit, and I've had clients where we sit 30 minutes an hour,
And
and
I
we're
still can't
just,
put my finger on it.
yeah, we're just like, I'm like, oh, okay. So you know, not sure
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen, because you have the key, sweetheart, and we're not bulldozing this door. That's gonna
Correct.
cause more chaos.
We're
You
literally
need to
bouncing
walk.
it. We gotta
Yeah,
put the air
you
to it.
gotta put
We
that
gotta
combo
try to,
in. You
yeah.
gotta. You have to dig deep. So when it comes to that dynamic and leadership, it's kind of like, I see things in you. The other thing to that is, you say you went out at 29, right? A lot of the leadership spaces that I've been
Young bad,
in,
you know.
people watched me grow up. So they don't really know how to separate the two. It's still like, okay, you're still Miss
You know,
Sims' daughter.
I got son, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
And I have
Because
to
it's
tell them, I have
hard.
to tell listen, Vila up a daily.
Yes, it's hard for them to grasp it, right? And then the thing about it is too, you come up on people who are older, 10, 15, 20 years, your junior, 30, sometimes
30,
40
40.
years, right? And they see things that you're doing or have done. And you don't know. It's like you said, you're in competition you didn't even sign up for. You didn't even know what to register for the compy.
Wait, I'm still winning.
Yeah. You just like, wait, what? Somebody cover that trophy. You're like, oh, snap, I have no idea. Right? A lot of that is due to the fact that they're living now 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they see you do something that they're like, dang, I could have done that.
Yeah, let me tell you, my boss, after that speech that I said that I gave, I got reprimanded for so many different things that I did that was just authentically me, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And let me know, do you know how many feathers you ruffled when you told those people in that room that you took a pay cut to be here? I said, I did. I said, I was packing my bags to leave St. Croix when you specifically called me to ask about when I'm available to have this interview for this job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but then you mentioned your salary. Yeah, because it is public information and public knowledge. Well, you saying this about things with people who making $20,000 and $30,000 less than you and been there for 10 and 15 years. Now, in my mind, if you've been there for 10 and 15 years and you are at the same salary,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love you, mi corazón bendito, but that's on you.
Yeah, that's
How
really
have
a
you not
you
elevated,
issue.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I had to stop and think about the fact that not everybody sitting at this table decided to leave the island and go to college.
Right.
Or decided that what my parents attained is where I'm going to stop.
Right.
Because I'm a firm believer in where the generation before me reached is where we start.
Correct. Baton. Uh-huh.
Right? Like
That's
Sebastian
baton.
Major, St. Thomas Major,
Yeah.
Carmen Tolo.
That's right.
The baton
You
has
gotta
to
pass
start
it.
from
Mm-hmm.
where that generation before us
Correct.
stopped.
Correct.
And I'm first generation college.
Mm-hmm.
As successful as my parents are,
Mm-hmm.
didn't go to college. They just hustled really
Mm-hmm.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I think about my parents, I think about what's that rap song? Hustle. Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Hustle.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I think about. And
Yeah.
me, I don't want to do that. First of all, I have anxiety, I have ADHD.
Yeah.
And
It's a bit much.
I have an inhaler. I just get winded. I just get winded.
That's not your
That's not my ministry. That is not my
that is
pastor.
not yours. Yeah.
Ain't for me. I need 9 to 4,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Mm-hmm.
10 to 3,
Uh-huh.
a Monday, Wednesday, telework Thursday, Friday
Yeah. Type of vibe.
type of vibe.
Correct.
Where I'm reaching, I'm teaching, but I'm also grooming the next generation
Mm-hmm.
for my chair,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even though in my former job, I only got that chair 11 months into my job, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but grooming nonetheless so that I won't be here forever because, like you said, I would be damned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I
That's not
got
what we're
D
gonna do.
if the coroner have to come and pick me up from
Scoop
my
you up for the
desk.
chair.
Hear me.
Oh my gosh.
I plan to pass away in a Mila Juve at the right
Definitely not in
age,
the middle of a
at
conference
the
room in your
right
office.
at the right age of 107.
Nice. I love that.
Okay, I
I
need
love
an
it for
odd
us.
number because 108, you're going too far now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You're
Yeah,
gone
you
too
push
far,
it a little
star.
bit. Yeah. But yeah, that's absolutely true. And you know, something that you said, which is a really good point too, is grooming the next generation. Like, hey, let me show you this, let me teach you this. A lot of people have this my mentality where it's like, if I show you, then I become indispensable. But you're supposed to, sweetheart.
Oh,
You're supposed to, you're supposed to kind of, age
diamonds are
out and
forever.
leave.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not. You know what I mean? Like, come on, we love you, but
Yeah.
you gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
There's that. So it's a sense of entitlement and power in their mind as well, because when I'm gone, you have to sort me out, right? That's this side. The other side is, oh my God, why do they keep calling me? I'm sorry, you
So,
developed
so,
that.
so, so, what do you want?
What are we doing?
What do you want?
What are we what are we doing, right? So it's a battle, and again, it comes back to the person. How much of this do you want, right? How much power are you seeking? How What's the need for people to have to call you, contact you, speak with you, be with you? And that's what you find. If you really sift through a lot of the managers,
And not
leaders
the
don't function
leaders,
that way,
the
right? The
managers.
managers, you find so many of them. And then they fight against one another too, because it's like, well, this is my arena. Yeah, but I just need to, no, don't step in here. Don't step in here without telling me, or coming to me, or this or that. And they spend more time with this than,
Mm-hmm.
well, what do you need?
Mm-hmm.
What do you need so that we could do what we need to do? So it becomes such a horrible, toxic pattern. And right now in the territory, we have 5 generations working.
We do.
5 generations working in that government cycle.
Yeah.
That is the mentality, the understanding, the willingness. It's 5 generations. You know what I mean? We're coming from people who would love if typewriters came back to people who don't even
I'm
want to
sorry,
see
what are those?
paper. Yeah, that's gonna be your top 10 fifth right now. They're like, listen, bring me a good old typewriter.
Ting, ting, ting.
Let me murder she wrote it. And then you have like, you have the cusp.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where it's like myself, I'm like, okay, we can marry the two because I understand what you're gonna need. So let's marry this. You know what I mean? Let's not use the 3 copies of paper anymore. Let's graduate. And you have that generation that it's like, no, we don't need this at all. Everything is on your Google Docs. Correct. Like, what are you doing? Like, hey, I shared everything with you. What do you mean
I airdropped it?
Yeah. What do you mean?
And then you have the generation working up in the air. Okay. Talk about website.
Where's the paper? I don't have any staples. You don't need those things.
I'm sorry, what are those?
What do you mean? So, but to put all of them in, that's where you get a lot of those. And then, really and truly, we're living in a time where people are more self-aware.
Correct.
And they're like, oh, this doesn't bring me any joy.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go. So the turnover is like,
let me tell you, and you know me, the second a space is no longer a space where I can thrive, yes. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
And I think my generation, it's a double-edged sword. It's good that we're self-aware and we realize, listen, this thing don't bring me joy. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't feel like Brighter Day by Kirk Franklin, I'm not there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel like I want to be here every single day, I'm going to use that leave time.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Uber Soca on a plane.
That's right.
At carnival.
That's right. I'm coming.
Right?
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, the spaces where I absolutely loved what I was doing.
Yeah.
You're only allowed to work between 8 and 5. No overtime. You're not allowed to try to help people on your personal time. So I think my generation is a balancing act where if you find a space that you love, how do we not give 125%
Correct.
versus when we find a place that pays the bills?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm not even sure if this is going to be a family podcast or not because I'm about to use an analogy. It's like, you know, that man who pays the bills,
Mm-hmm.
but he's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
He's horrible,
Mm-hmm. With a
right?
hard H.
With a not a Jamaican H, in silent.
Yeah, I know it's nice, loud.
It loud, right? He's
Yeah.
horrible, but he
Mm-hmm.
pays the
Pays the
bills.
bills.
So, do I stay somewhere where I am sustaining and I am taking care of things?
Yeah.
Or do I go where I feel loved, I feel appreciated, I feel joy, but I gotta go bartend on the weekends and work security at night because
Correct.
I gotta
What
make
is the
it.
sacrifice? What is the sacrifice? And that comes down to when I go home and I look and I'm looking at Nicole, I'm like, okay, am I happy with her?
Mm.
The other parts of your life begin to deteriorate because there are a lot of people who fake the funk and say, well, I could just leave this at work, or I could just separate this and that. I'm like, and I look at them and I smile because I'm like, sweetheart, as much as you think that's what you're doing, right? Silently, you're suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Something is suffering because even if, like, I had a training yesterday actually. Oh, yeah, I had a training yesterday, and it was like a team building something, and I'm telling them, I'm like, a lot of you guys are like, well, I just had to do my job. I don't really care to speak to nobody. Blah, blah, blah. I said, but
in a public service
what
job,
happens when you like go home and you're sitting with your partner or your children, right? You guys are having dinner. What's happening? And they're like, well, they might ask me like how my day was or whatever, whatever. And I was like, well, what do you say? How what do you relay? And they're like, well, I would tell them what happened and tell them what a person do me. Da, 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 da. I was like, oh, okay, great. So now this person lives in your house.
Ooh.
Right? So in your mind, right? In your mind, you feel like you left everything there because you came home and you sat at the table and no, your whole dinner is about the person.
I mean, at that point, you need to text them and send them an invitation.
I'm saying they need to come and say.
You guys send them a menu and ask them like, are you allergic to gluten?
Correct.
Like,
you're losing pieces of yourself. And I was like, if you have a partner that cares about you, that night might go on, but you come home the next night. If somebody loves and cares for you, they're gonna ask you, you okay? I know you went to work today, you probably saw so and so. Like, what? You're reliving that again. You're reliving it. Sounds like you're not dealing. What you're doing is trying to skirt. So you're trying to go every which way but through whatever it is that's happening.
Hey, so you've been there for quite a few of my situationships.
Yes.
And I have always been the supportive partner. And one thing I made a point to always do is do not let you bring work home, right? The second you come in that door and you're talking to me about how your day was, and I realize you start to divorce yourself from the day and it becomes about that individual. I always, and I'm dramatic, right? So I'm a person who gonna dig in my pocket and pull out that red flag and throw it on the floor. And you looking at me crazy, I'm just like, hey, what is happening? Flag on the plate. Because now you're doing something that is detrimental to what we have here.
To us, our home,
right?
Yeah.
Now you're inviting, and hey, I'm open-minded, free love, but I didn't sign up for a threesome, right? I needed to be you and I. Talk to me about you, and I can talk to you about me.
Correct.
But the second you bring somebody else into our space, our safe space, it's no longer safe.
Correct.
And now we have to try to figure out, how do we leave them where they are, right? And do we leave them in the car? Do we leave them on the drive? Do we leave them as soon as you exit the office, or do we leave them in that moment?
Yeah. And I actually had a couple recently with kind of some of the same concerns. And my recommendation was the home is off limits.
Correct.
So whatever it is that we did need to discuss, let's do that at the port. So what they do now is in her car, his car as well, but I think his work environment is a little more lax than everything. In her car, she has 2 stones, painted black, painted white. When she comes home, right, and she's approaching the porch, she would rest either one on the porch.
Oh, that's
The black stone, right, triggers him to come outside because we gotta talk.
Yeah.
Because as a partner, I want to hear what's going on with you.
Right.
I want to console you. I want to let you know, hey, you did the best you could.
Let me be there.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? Like you said, support. I got you. But it's not coming into our home.
Right.
Our home is our home. That's where we build our memories, right? It is not going to enter. So the black stone represents everything that she needs to get off her chest. Everything that needs to come out and flush. And they will sit outside. They have like wine now and whatever. So when the black stone comes out, he brings out the glasses. They sit, they talk. And by the end of it, they're laughing because he's like, okay, we good now? Can we go inside? It's like now the home has become.
First of all, are we running the car because the gas?
No, they're outside on the gallery.
Okay.
Yeah, nice, yeah. Only the step because she would have to come to the step. Their porch, how it's designed, it's kind of like steps up. And so that stone he can see.
Okay.
Right? So he knows when she's coming home. He's one of those husbands like yourself where it's like, oh, I know she's coming home at this time, so he's close enough to see what stone is presented, right? A caveat to that too is I encourage gifts. Now, gifts for couples they can run the gamut. You can do whatever you like.
Right.
But the black stones unresolved should be rewarded with something. And it's very small things. I think they're up to maybe like, I don't know, like foot massages or, whatever makes her feel whole. It's full circle for you. You came home, you on a 10. We talked about it, you shared with me, you accepted my support, my love, we laughed, we talked, we joked, you got over and you didn't bring it up again for the night. You know what I mean? So that barrier is there. It's a hard boundary. Whereas before, you coming in, you having dinner, you sitting down, he's listening to you, he's consoling you, but you still focus on that. He can't be like, hey, baby, you want to watch a movie? No, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I'm going to my bed. Like, so you're cutting. You're cutting.
Right.
Sure, then when we get to bed, it's a family show. Ain't nothing. We going to bed. Because I'm hot
Your
still.
face, that way my face.
It's correct. It's like back to back. So this now, you have your pockets.
Mm-hmm.
The pocket is over. And I think she's done really well because she respects that boundary. And that boundary is his.
Let me tell you, a person who respects my boundaries, marry me.
Absolutely.
Right? Marry me.
Absolutely. This instant.
Marry me.
Absolutely.
Because that's a level of understanding. And why I used to like to teach clients, humans want 3 things: safety, love, and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Once you make me feel safe,
yes.
Once I feel loved,
mm-hmm.
and once you make me feel like you understand me,
mm-hmm.
I don't want another soul in this world.
Correct.
But it's the same thing for the workplace. Once I have a team or environment where I feel safe,
mm-hmm.
I feel like the people here show me love,
mm-hmm.
not for who I bring in, but for who I am.
Who you are.
And
exactly.
I feel like you understand me, mm-hmm. how you approach me, how you deal with me,
exactly.
how you read my emails.
Exactly.
Because me, you know me, I'm going to type a long email, but I'm going to make sure that email is very much so not offensive, very supportive, but asking questions for clarity.
Correct.
Because I always want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think it's beautiful that a couple is able to have that outside of the home and protect the home. And I think we need a whole lot more of that.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, there's one thing that I instituted at my office, and it is the stoplight system.
Ah, nice.
And I have it's a smallish office, but, it can work. Once you apply something, it can work.
With intent.
With intent. You are intentional that, what, we are going to... And it's very simple. It's just a symbol of, I'm okay today. From 8 o'clock, you could come, you can ask me anything, you could even hug me, you could let me know what you need, I'm good.
Are we in the office by 8?
Yeah, we're in the office 8:30.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's say first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning.
Right? So you're there. I know now, right, as your supervisor, I can come to you, we can talk. Hey, did you see my email?
Right.
I can launch into, then, you're in the amber, you're in the yellowish area where it's like, okay, I have in the back of my head that, okay, today, she's not feeling it. He's really not feeling it. He's not all the way in red, but I have to. So empathy kicks in. Like, hey, you good? Like, you need anything?
What's the difference between empathy and sympathy?
So sympathy is basically like, you good? And the person is like, well, I may not have a rough night with my wife. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, thank God it ain't me. I sympathize with you. I may even use the words. I may even be like, wow, I sympathize with you. I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah, I don't care.
I really don't care. And then when you're done, I'm like, okay, so I still need this. I still need them emails, right?
Right. Because as a manager,
I asked, and you gave me all of this, and I'm like, okay. And with sympathy, you run a chance of me telling somebody else because I don't really care.
Right. So to me, there's no value in
There's
that
no value. I don't
information.
see myself in you, so I'm gonna be like, yo, did you know that? Da, 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 da? With the empathy aspect of things, it's like, listen, what's going on? And as you're telling me, I can see myself in that. I'm understanding. I'm trying my best to understand. I'm putting myself in your shoes, and I'm like, okay, boom, all right, I get this, like, boom. And I'm asking questions that help me to gain understanding.
Right.
Right. And once you tell me, then I'm like, well, what do you need? I'm literally trying to figure out, what do you need in this moment? How can I support you in this moment? I'm gonna have the answers, but I'm still, what do you need? My focus is you. In my own, I'm not even in my own head.
Right.
Because I'm like, okay,
Let me try to get in yours.
yeah, I'm trying to get in yours. I'm trying to offer you, and I'm empathetic to you. So I'm not running to tell a soul because I see, I'm like, damn, this could happen to any one of us.
Right.
Like, I would never like, why would I, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm not even doing that. So you're offering that empathetic air. And with me and this system, if you have yellow in the morning, by midday, I'm back. I'm checking.
Right.
What's up?
Because are we at a red?
Yeah. Did we go up?
Are
Did
we
we go
still-
down?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you need to go home? Do you need to take a couple days? Or it might be green. Like, hey, great. You know what I mean? You good?
Right.
Like, everything cool?
Because I'm coming in your office and I'm dancing like, hey,
Yeah,
we
what's going on, and of course, red in my office is really like, that's the one-on-one, and that's really like the, hey, do you want to talk about it?
Right.
Because you have to give people autonomy over their feelings. You can't just be like, talk to me, tell me what's going on.
Right.
No, because you're sinking them. Do you want to? And if it's a no, I'd be like, all right, do you need to
put a little control back?
Yeah. Do you need to leave? Do you need some time, or whatever the case? It could be that, no, I don't need to leave, but I just can't deal with the emails and this and that today. I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna do what I can here, but I really need to. And literally, Queen, I would leave them alone for the day.
Yeah.
In my eyes, you're not wasting time, you're not being valued. I'm not like, oh, you're just lazy, you don't want to work. No.
Because then anything I give you adds to your plate.
Correct. You know what I mean? And then if I am constantly asking to give me something, it's not coming the way I want it.
And then the disappointment.
Correct. And at some point I'm like, hey, now I gotta do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, to come back to correct you, it drives you. So it's like, okay, boom. And there's some people who their trigger is outside.
Right.
So they may need to sit
that
in the office.
control is not
exactly.
So what I deal with out here makes a difference in here.
Exactly. But again, it takes a person, it takes a leader to institute those types of practices, stick with them, and truly, truly, truly care when time comes. And that's a learning curve.
Okay, so final thoughts, rapid fire question. If you could go back, would you take the same path that leaded you where you are today?
No, I would go to trade school.
Listen, make me a plumber. Fast.
Listen, I have an HVAC license,
right?
And I do ACs and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, had I known. I love who I am in this.
Is it the hands-on?
I think it's a hands-on. You don't have to overthink. And you know what really does it for me? When I press the button and it works, like the place gets cool. It's like, yes, you did it. You put it out. It's cool. It works. And I'm like, wow.
Versus write the budget, write the testimony, sit and defend the budget.
Right.
Sit and have to give testimony.
Find money.
Figure out if we're going to have it.
It's like,
and then
it's
first
a lot.
roll over.
It's a lot. I absolutely love where I sit. I love the Department of Health. I love what we do. I love being a doctor of psychology. I love speaking to people. I love being a life coach. I love all of these things. I love who I am when I step back and look at me. Right? I love her. But I will go to trade school.
Man, let me tell you, I always remember wanting to be a teacher. From small, wanted to be a teacher. And as I got older, watching Law and Order every single day, I'm like,
Mm.
no, I want to be a prosecutor.
Yeah.
I want to put the bad guys
Yeah.
away. And then as I got older, I'm just like, why was I? What? I could have been a plumber.
Yeah.
Like I'm really good
Yeah.
with my hands. Like carpentry is my thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm good with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm over here trying to help people understand their feelings.
Right.
I'm
Right.
trying to figure out my own,
Right.
and then trying to figure out, are these feelings mine or the
Right.
client's?
Right.
Did I take this home with me, or was this already in my
Correct.
house?
But you know what, Queen? People like you and I are anointed to do this work because what I realize is that a lot of us, the mental health pro professionals, a lot of us don't associate ourselves with it. We separate ourselves. So people would talk to me and be like, "Man, I'm going to therapy and it's just having nothing da da da." And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that person isn't letting you know that they're human too.
Correct. Ooh,
And that's a
no other
difference
night.
in
But
us. Yes,
yeah,
yes, that's
yeah.
a difference in us. You and I have an understanding that, listen, we are humans. I feel you feel me, we vibing. I'm here to help you. You're the driver, but I have brakes on my side too, and I will not let you crash into the wall.
I am Campbell.
Right, right, exactly. We ain't going into the wall, baby. You're gonna drive, you're gonna swerve, we
Right.
might come
But
close.
guess what?
We're not
We're gonna
crashing.
make it.
That's right. We're not crashing. And when you see me out, we're people, and that's what makes people trust us. Because you could see us by bike, you could see us in the Juve dying at 107.
But you're not gonna see me. You know why? Because I made it a point to ban myself down like the tally. All you seeing is eyes and tattoos.
Okay,
right?
Well, even the tats,
right?
The tats and the piercings, like you see yourself in us, and then we also
I mean, they don't know
happen to
you
be
because they see your
yeah,
eyes
oh
and your
yeah,
tats.
you're gonna
Like a sense.
yeah. 1 minute, please. Come. But it's like they feel comfortable,
Right.
right? And that's the first step in what we do. Are you comfortable with that person? It's like, and we've had to over centuries, as behavioral health professionals, break away from the white couch and the pad and the cross legs and the like, can you tell me the mundane white man kind of tone
that I've ever experienced. Let me tell you, St. was like my just ultimate dream when it comes to behavioral health. I would go and meet these gentlemen where they are. And I say gentlemen, right? Because sometimes we see them and we're like, man, they're on the corner, they do nothing with their life, them is rough by them is street man. Some of these poets, these songwriters, these girl dads sit on a corner, ball your joint. Ball your joint and talk to me.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're not coming to me for substance abuse.
Correct.
You're coming to me about anger management.
Exactly.
And let's talk about the things that trigger us.
Exactly.
Right? And meeting you where you are, I think was one of the most beautiful things I got to experience in this mental health field.
Yes.
Right? If you're on the bus stop, I come and meet you
on the bus stop. Exactly.
If you are sitting, I remember one of my first clients camped out on the side of Pueblo, right? And I would feed him every single morning. Not feed him physically, but I would make sure I get food. And on my way to Charles Harwood, I would pull over and I would make sure he had something
to eat
that day.
Yeah.
And slowly build a rapport until VIPD calls and they're just like, well, he said call a man with a lack some help. And I'm just like, well, it ain't Jason.
Right. Not him.
It's Jason. So, I'll see you there. And then you come there and the dynamic that you have with people, they kind of look at you and they're just like, how? And they're just like, let me tell you.
It's so powerful.
It's something that I myself don't even understand.
We don't know.
But I just do.
Yeah. Anointed. Anointed.
Amen. Amen. So final thoughts. I want you to go ahead, plug your business because I want people to be able to find you, get in contact with you, let them know.
Okay, awesome. So as you know by now, Nicole, I do have a life coaching business called View Me LLC. VIEWME, LLC. The same hook at gmail.com. I can be reached at 340-514-0307. And life coaching, relationship coaching, therapy, the whole gamut, it's all designed to assist people. Therapy really is someone sitting, listening to you, and having a conversation with you. Is really all it is. Like I said before, we have the tools to help you with things that go a little further. And where we can't, we know people that can. Right? My entire mission with that business is to have people to talk, is shoulder to shoulder. We all go through stuff. No one is flying above the fray. No one is light years ahead of you in anything. We all go through stuff. We all sit in a corner, slide on the wall sometimes, cry, wonder what's going on. We're confused. We want to kind of get life going and grasp life. And sometimes it's like water and you can't hold it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. But I think no one is telling people that that's okay.
Right.
Let's try again. Let's get a cup. Let's
Right.
get let's put our hands together. Let's do so. These are the areas where I really want View Me to make an impact. So again, if you have anything that you would like to discuss, to talk about, you just want to get a leg up on life as a whole, and you need some support, that is my mission, and that's what I have been anointed to do. So again, it's viewmellc@gmail.com. You can send me an email, or 340-514-0307.
All right. This has been group therapy where healing gets real. Stay blessed.